play with City Quals back then from 16. So
Hello
like,
guys,
on the
it's
second
me,
quals I could
Durba,
play,
and today
and Boo
we're
at the
gonna be
time was
watching
kicked for time.
VCD
So
Emea
we
Stage 1
built up
2024
a mix.
Navi
I
vs
placed my
Team
first official.
Heretics
I was legit
playoffs day
shaking. I
1.
couldn't think.
Damn,
I was like, I threw
that
the
was a
game.
long
But
freaking.
then we play the next tournament and we beat Prime Gambit 13-4, and instantly
Why is
the
it?
Russian team invited me, and that's how I like signed my first contract.
And I'm so glad Mini Boo is here with us here in the Riot Games arena. Boo is so real for that, believing in his brother. I've got PM and Ash back with me here. Heretics, I feel like, deserve so much credit for what they did on that map.
Yeah, I have to praise them because it's really a show of a top team in Europe.
I don't have us.
They
What
had
if I
to
don't
change
have
that
us?
team
What I
we talked about it, and they did
I
so,
feel
and
get cut.
they had
I'm
plans
killing
all the time.
everyone.
On the defense, on the attack, they were trying. It wasn't perfect, and it's typically something you can expect from a team that is changing the team comp and the agent comp, but they were trying all the time, and they were getting in a fight with Navi in clutches. And into the chaos, they were winning clutches, they were winning rounds, which is what you want to do to win a match against Navi, especially an elimination match and knockout round. So I'm very impressed because it's a fight that many teams lose against Navi in those circumstances, and they were here, all of them.
Yeah, I think that both these teams, they do thrive in that chaos as well, but when you also look at Heretics, I feel like that's where they almost come to life,
guys?
where
It's
they
me,
have that opportunity to kind of micro for themselves a little bit more and isolate a lot of those fights. And I think that the change over to the Raze there for Mini Boo was a huge difference maker with the impact that his utility was able to find, whereas previously on the Neon, it became a little bit lackluster because a lot of teams started to read into it and expect where he was going to be using
I know we heard teams talk about this, as Zaysh even said it on Twitter. You are forced to adapt when you play this many games in such a short amount of time, and it does feel like Heretics, maybe even they felt like they were forced to change things up, and it sounds like you both really liked the fact that they managed to adapt.
Yeah, it's an achievement, and it's true, Ash is really on point to say, it's the moment you thrive the most, it's the clutches for Navi, and when you beat them 13-11, it means that you're on top, it means that you're into the match, and you're able to do many things that other teams were not able to do, just like Navi.
This is freaking playoffs.
You're joking on clutches this many times, I feel like. So props to Team Heretics, but it's not over yet for
I've never watched a
Navi to get to in the AIM Labs warm-up, because they do have an opportunity to bring it back, and they will be
these AIM Labs are like showing themselves, bro.
I know what you guys said about how they could lose their own mapping, but for me, this has been so good for them, Ash. This has been one of the maps I feel like they might even be the best in our region for.
Yeah, for Navi, they have looked decently good on Split, but both these teams also got taken out on Split by BBL as well. And I feel like we did see, okay, a strong scoreline up against Carmine Core for the likes of Navi. That was a 13-6 to close out that 2-1, but that also came down to Zippen having an insane scoreline. He started out, I believe, the first half on that map. That was like, or no, I think he ended the map actually 17-8. So it was an explosive individual performance from Zipan, and overall, we can't necessarily always rely on.
Are you from Japan?
I'm really afraid for Heretics.
That's not
I'm afraid for Fnatic
too, but it's too
nothing. This is
just
me trying to write.
And it's true that now that Navi
is
being led 1-0, it's their wall, it's their backstory against the wall, and that's the moment they are the most dangerous, and that's the moment they were able to pull out the clutches. It's like psychological for them.
Well, let's take a look at the agent selected. No, nothing too weird, but Wood is moving moved over to the Viper here. I thank God. That Brimstone, what was going on? I didn't want to see that Brimstone again, so I'm happy with it.
No, it didn't make any sense, but of course with Heretics, it's the fact that we haven't seen what actually on this team either, and they lean into a much more traditional double controller composition with this, especially starting out on that defense first, having Wood be able to stop that by Brimstone. You know, he's gotta slow down somewhere. He's already got 5 ages on his belt. You don't want to add a 6.
Good setup on A2, right?
But they've at least got mid control, right? So they've paid the couple of steps.
Mid control. Mid control is everything in Split, so
no surprises. But they are in a little bit of a predicament here, because you can't really back from the site. Can they at least play the life for Heretics? Rien's absolutely can't. Effective trades for Sugetsu. Site's theirs, but a quick rotation. Again, just back and forth. The numbers are very favorable for Navi. They have no idea about Xiao either, surely. Yeah, well,
Yo, didn't
who's gone
expect that.
down? That's going to be a very clean plant coming in now.
Oh, Benji.
That's Benji
One
Fishy.
left.
Trying to work his way over, but rough situation. Lots to clear. Very tricky for him to find any viable step forward.
We said that last game. He got a 1v3.
Just don't feel it here, Josh. I don't know why. You know what?
Now who's pessimistic?
It's always been me. That's the that's the beauty of it. I'm a miserable git. Benji Fishy.
Oh, we got one.
Don't stop,
one.
Benji. Relax.
You got two.
No!
You got two.
No way.
You got
Time
two.
to oh, thank you, Xiao. There we go.
Hey, whose side are you on?
No one's. Navi with the first hit. Oof, that was fine. That was fine the whole time. I don't know what you mean. Yeah, not even close.
For a team that's as good as they are on defense, I'm surprised that in that round, after Woot gave up vent control and all of middle basically, and they had 3 players towards A, I'm surprised that the 2 B players, that's Boo and Mini Boo, didn't kind of, sorry, that was Rian's and Boo. I'm surprised they didn't try to play a position together, whether that
like
be B heaven and give up B main, or play in B main together and give up B site.
I felt a little bit late almost to try and respond. There was no safety to play from when you're in that predicament.
Hello.
Oh.
Nice little ad right there.
Hey, look,
This
I do
comment
see,
with
right,
the snow something.
stat-wise, have more classics been like used since the bundle came out? You know what I mean? Like, is there actually just bundle strats these days?
Yo.
I mean, classics pretty OP.
Maybe y'all don't listen to it, but
Used to be better,
I think
but
that's good advice for me because I'm
There we go. Double drop.
stuck in silver right
Jesus.
now.
Okay. I mean, maybe.
Like I said,
maybe I need the heretics bundle.
free gun by the way.
Yeah. Which bundle did you buy?
None.
There's no way you didn't buy one.
You would judge me if I told you which
No,
one I bought.
I want to judge you.
No.
You need to.
I'm
Do I need to go and watch your
judging up.
stream?
I'm judging
No,
up.
I'm gonna go watch your stream. I'll put the VOD on. Someone could let me know. I'd really appreciate it. For now, Navi going through the steps here pretty comfortably. A little bit of a threat up towards heaven. Artist took a little bit of damage. As did to get to. Hold on, this is getting really dangerous.
Ooh.
That's the spike drop.
Oh.
Come on, heretics. What is this?
Everybody
What
wanted.
is this?
Yo.
Mini Boo just had to live for a second longer and it all worked out well. That is not the round I expected Heretics to be winning.
Well, if you get the Team Heretics gun bundle, I guess
you're good.
I guess you're gonna get a couple of classic kills that's gonna help swing the round, and that's gonna be a big swing round for Team Heretics.
Yeah.
Navi still gonna be able to purchase some
Yes,
kills here, but sheesh.
Oof, by the heretics bundle.
Wow,
You just said
Team
potato.
Heretics one.
I just...
My Europe account, I have none. No, skinless
Okay,
on
well,
it.
I'm not being specific about the account you have no skins on, am I? Are we just, you know... I bought the Sen one. And I feel disgusting being an Emea caster, buying the Sen bundle.
You fell for the Zelsis trap.
Oh, a bit of marketing and I'm all theirs. Yep. You know, they also won the event, so it felt right. So get to with the first pick though.
That thing is out.
It's pretty good considering they only have a couple of Vandals here and the rest are working with pistols. Zetban's gonna not be able to get that because that's across the map.
You can see that
The
Navi,
Sen's still in. I think they're out.
has been achieved early here. Drifting back towards the A site now. I would say a little bit of an addition. Benji Fishy is on this side of the map.
I don't know. I can't explain it. There are some people that watch VCT. They don't know what.
Around push and the HL solid. I'm surprised he even tried to go for that, but he tried to stick around for a second longer. Actually, the drop. Gonna make it a little tricky.
Same as me.
Gonna catch Zipam on the cross. The spike's not been ferried over safely yet. Flash towards ramp, identifies no one, so they know they can start building back in through ramp. Pond's gonna come down. We've got a little bit of safety to play with, but not a lot. Keep in mind, there's still frenzies, still sheriffs. Sorry, that's Xiao and Artist. This isn't a comfortable round yet.
Okay.
Shigetsu looking to maybe leverage that a little.
Yo, this is like a 4v4 post stand, so actually this is good for them. Aye! Yo!
Benji and Boo, the timing. A little unfortunate for Xiao and Sugetsu, as Angel trying to play on the side just gets swung on Heretics.
Yeah.
Clean on the plate.
Team Heretics, hearing that shit up.
I think all of that, the entire round was so ill-timed.
Team Heretics got momentum on their side and shit, I guess.
The Viper wall, like
of
about
the
5
previous
seconds before they were
map
ready to
that
go
they
in.
won.
They used the haunt and then the grenade, the paint shells into spawn
Yeah,
and all that stuff.
funny.
But by the time
Yeah,
that they're able to go into sight, the walls dropping
Yeah,
because it was just so disjointed. And then again here, they're setting up a play for ramp. They're gonna send the paranoia up as soon as the Viper wall drops, but they wait so long to do it.
oh,
that,
that skin is
they have
nasty.
smoke screens. Benji's able to get
Like,
the
nasty.
the shot from
Not,
the side, and
yeah,
you know
nasty.
they just have to be a little bit more proactive and a little bit
Nasty
tighter with the
that
timings and just actually take the timings that they have instead of kind of waiting and
like
popping stuff a little bit too early.
Okay, let's see if they can maybe tighten that up going forward here. Looks very all in. This looks very clear. And they've not met the same resistance, so benjifishi is not here. So you've got two new players this one,
but you got a
and
flash, I
off
think.
the trade after death with the pain shell. So Shamians, who's on the
How's
side
it been doing that?
the Boombot does. I thought he had Angel there, but no. Actually, Navi, in all the chaos, actually looking pretty composed, still with 4 standing. And Plant on the way, they've got everything they wanted. This little bit of a gear shift, this new look they brought out this round has absolutely caught off Heretics.
Yeah. But how did it go?
It's almost as if Team Heretics got this like false sense of confidence at the end of the last game as they close out the last few rounds there, and they're like, "Oh, I'm feeling it."
They wanted this little.
How did it go? I didn't get nothing from there.
So you've got 2 new players this one.
Oh, he killed that one. Oh, you switched the camera. That's
through the Viper wall, he gets his one, but he goes down. Mini Boo first, he goes through the Viper wall, he gets his one, but he goes down. Rien's still in the site. We're not seeing them fighting together from multiple different angles. We see it, one goes.
One taps through the smoke. I don't get how he got that.
Zipan at least going to be played up, but you get to work off the back of this. 2 towards Vents here. benjifishi, 1 towards Heaven. Zipan. Okay,
no, but you got
benjifishi
one.
goes down.
You got
That's
one.
B-side on the clatter. TP commitment from Boo. Wants to try and keep some control here. Avoiding the utility towards back of the side, but this is hard to avoid, right? Perfect! Tries to go for the follow-up, had to do something.
Okay, he got one,
Woot's now been able to get over towards the side of the map, so Angel and Sugetsu
trying to bank on the ults
coming in here. And Sugetsu's just kind of giving himself nothing to put. Oh my god, come off it! Oof. Why do I always feel that things are possible with Sugetsu? It's just like he'll just do something. It's like,
why would
I guess you're gonna win that 1v2. Not now. Actually, Heretics continue forward. And I just feel between these two, it has been, I don't say sloppy, that's the wrong word, but it goes from like 0 to 100 in such weird, like, installments almost.
The timing is definitely off, not just in terms of like an individual micro, hey, I'm putting my wall up too early. It's like, you're expecting this like slow build up, but then it's like, oh, it suddenly explodes and busts, and you're like, okay, well, I wasn't really expecting that. That was a bit,
A little odd.
It is weird peaks and valleys in terms of pacing and everything from the teams and from when they choose to explode.
Bazookas and everything.
Bazooka's going to be put on red alert and on notice early. Nice starting damage. Can't quite close down on that, but considering the buy they've got, you're looking for any of those small benefits. Again, going with Frenzy, Sheriffs, Spectres, Guardians. Rien's going to, I think he saw at least, I think he saw 2 players, if not 3, possibly.
Might have caught a second at the very tail end,
Not sure if he quite caught the third, but regardless, you're kind of in the right setup for this if you're imagining it that way, as benjifishi can somewhat solo out towards A comfortably. TP gets put towards the backside. Boo, trying to play off his life here. Actually, that paranoid did
subscribe
really
and stuff,
to slow down that ability to close. The flash was good, but Rien's on the bailout. Offsets the timing on the push towards Pillar as Shao now trying to close down on this. Beautiful utility to clear through on the side, but it's still a 3v2. Mini Boo and benjifishi still alive, still kicking, and now it's just one. Ult gonna come into play. He knows both are on towards the site. How do you want to approach this? He's been clutched before. Does he have the chance to clutch up again now?
You got 2 first round, 2. And he lost to the 3rd one, but
he's such a good player with these sort of scenarios.
You didn't kill the Shao that time.
And neither of them have
got
150
Angel.
HP.
Who's the first? Sees nothing.
Oh, he got Angel.
He's waiting for that
Does he get
Shao?
Shao?
Doesn't see it yet.
Didn't get Shao previous time.
Not a clue, and Shao's
round.
position towards
Shao.
CT. Shao's playing time.
Did
Time
Shao
alone.
get?
The clock is on his side. You can hear it ticking and ticking. benjifishi just needs to play it to perfection.
He didn't get Shao again.
Disallowing any of that, playing very safe in the end, just slipping towards CT. The right call to be made as Navi now keeping the score within touching distance, 3 apiece.
It's a big kill here, big point from Sugetsu up B heaven. Something that Woot was aware of, just missed his shots, I think, and that opened the round up for Navi to be able to get into the site, get the spike planted, get the great positionings, leaving Benji in that 1 versus 2.
This nasty, this
Totally reset the money as well, kind of flipping the scenario on its head. We've got the decent purchase out for Navi. They do have Zipan's ult ready to go. On the other side, a couple of ults, yes, but no Weaponry to supplement it either. So down on the classics, Guardians. If they try and do something a little bit more creative this round, just to try and offset that very severe lack of purchase. Already though, Miniboo's been found. So things not looking great here as Rien's
too much legitimacy.
popping off shots,
Why?
hoping for a connection, but still, there'd need something to really go wrong here as Angel steps up towards vents. Got to be careful.
We have the nice attacker spawn hold from Sugetsu, just in case anyone's kept going through walkabout. But we haven't really seen that from Team Heretics. They haven't really pushed through and flanked, done these big flanks at all this series, I don't think.
No,
it's really usually like a Navi thing to do, but usually if you do it on your defense side, then you look out for it on your attack.
Yeah.
Sugetsu's a big player that does that. B site open.
Yo,
there's gamble stack coming out from Heretics. Opted to go for the same approach, put all the players there. Didn't get for it, so it will be a plant.
This is ideal, ideal.
They will get themselves in a very comfortable post plant.
I was
Any
saying
position they really want here, as Heretics are pretty much a mile away at this point.
I'd like to see Woot doing something with his Viper's Pit next round. He's had this for 2 or 3 rounds now. I think he's scared because Ivan has his showstopper now. It looks like these guys will go in for a little bit of a retake, maybe see if they can get some chip damage, upgrade some weapons.
Okay, they got one. No window, no one. They didn't get the window.
Smoke towards main.
They didn't get the
Ooh,
Benji fish.
Pause for thoughts.
Yeah.
Gonna deal with the wave coming through though. Gonna find
Shell got 2, Shell got 3.
That's fine, no threat to the defuse now. They do get a rifle to walk away with, but for Navi, they'll be happy enough to take the round here. 4 to the name, taking the lead now. As Heretics need to get a grip on this game, and Navi need to stabilize a little themselves.
Well, every round so far, we've seen Team Heretics doing the same start where their Vipers basically just denying middle control for a period of time. But Navi is so happy to go with these like late timings, these 40 seconds left, 30 seconds left, that they don't really care about this mid-timing thing. I think what Team Heretics needs to do is something behind that. So they're denying all this mid-space from Navi early, but they're not transitioning into anything for the late rounds. We haven't seen really any fights at B main. Last round, they were on an eco a little bit. We saw an A main push, but we haven't really seen a lot of extremity work. It's been really passive, but like not even fully passive. They've been bleeding out on the site trying to hold the site. We haven't seen any gambles where they're just ready to fast flood.
Okay. Well, a timeout for Heretics means it's time to potentially open up those options, isn't it? Maybe discuss going for some of those aggressive looks on the extremities with intent behind them.
I can't change the lead.
Problem is though, Navi get the opportunity with a little bit more of a buffer behind them to just go for a complete switch.
Nothing that shouldn't be seen. Oh, I got 54 subscribers. 918 views. Oh, last 28 days I got 918. I got 1,000 views this month. Nice. Almost 1,000. Thank you for that. A lot of comments. Plus 9 electric. Oh, brother. I'm heating up. I'm gearing up. Because this thing there. This guy got 296 views. Bruh. Shit things. Nah. Folks, I need no money. I don't have. No one's giving me money right now. Okay. What I do know though is stream latency. Cool life thing. Yeah. Connection is poor yet. Okay. Chat. Connection is poor. I'm trading for R9. Go there, but okay. Wait. Don't. So that you don't see what is my stream key and stuff. I can't show that now, can you? Ultra low latency. How do I change the leads to none kind of shit? No, nah. This normal latency lower the less time than ultra low latency because ultra low latency is really freaking slow. Oh my god. It's like hours later kind of shit. Trust me, dude. Hours, bro. Can't I just go? Can't. Oh, I can do that. I should have done that from the beginning. It's easier. Yeah, you also that. Yeah, yeah. Stupid me. Whatever.
Making sure that they're all alive for the retakes and having good reads on their defense to be at the right side at the right time and do these big team fights, big retakes, or big floods. And we haven't seen any floods, we've seen trickles.
Don't say flood and
Trickles,
trickle after
they've
they've
seen
been spilling drinks all
trickles.
over the desk. You're going to encourage them. This is awful.
What are they going to do next? Pee themselves?
Okay, well, maybe not that far. You know, maybe we just get them like a little beaker, you know, a little cup or something, a little sippy cup. It's got to have a straw in it. They do have a lot of goods on the desk here. That does worry me. I'm seeing bottles here, cups there.
Got more people in the chat. We need more people in the chat.
The dice, aren't they? We are getting back underway.
We need more people in the chat.
Apparently,
Chat.
coffee cups
Come in here.
everywhere.
Come in here, chat.
Oh dear.
I did a little bit of
Stop
spill earlier
watching.
too.
Stop writing
I
twice.
swung around.
I'm just playing with you.
You're
Toasty.
They
They
can't see
don't
my
get-
face, so you really just
You
put
know,
that out there, huh?
investing money.
I swung around,
I'm
knocked
just
that bottle of
wasting
water, yeah.
Nice,
Or
dude.
as you would say,
Oh, I'll
a
make a
bowl of
competition
water.
like this
That's
if I had the
exactly how I
money.
sound. Thank you so much for that.
Just,
But we are back underway. Thank
you
you for your
know,
patience.
I will
Apologies, you had to listen to
put
us
me
for
on
a second
stream.
too long. I
Turn on my
hated it as
stream,
well.
man. Make me a billionaire.
For now,
Make me a
though,
millionaire.
we're looking for
I'll
adjustments.
do
Show
that.
me also. One, we got the
Give
ult from Voot,
competition.
right?
Whatever
Perfect. Cool.
competition.
He's opted to invest in towards middle. Fine. Now, do we see anything else on the map? Do we see any aggression on the extremities? Anything else to
Never
write
push it,
home
push it,
about?
push it.
I
Pushing
wonder
P.
if Navi
Pushing
is going to
A.
do
They pushing
something.
A.
It
Not
looks like
pushing
they're
P.
posturing
They don't
towards
push
A,
P. They
but
push
are they
A.
actually
They
going to
ain't no
hit
P to
and
push.
A? Or are they going to do
P to
something
push.
where they backstab Woot? Or what are they doing? But they
Is-
have that
Nice.
showstopper, and they do have Fowlers.
For that, I
Hoping
don't know.
they try
I don't know
and
that.
filter through that way, but
I ain't
really
that.
quick pivot coming out from Heretics. Already Voot's left his ult. You're going to be hearing the ults coming in from Miniboo as well. They're still getting really heavily invested. And they haven't really seen a body. They've seen utility. This is just going to be a shot in the dark. They're probably not going to connect either. Viper's Pit's
Taking no
dropped in
chances.
middle. And now Rien's just middle of no man's land. Navi just kind of like showed a
Ah,
little.
he got
Heretics
set down.
absolutely bit onto it, but fortunately for them, Miniboo and Voot are hitting shots.
Miniboo
It's down
is.
to Artist and
Oh, do
Sugetsu.
they know that?
It's
Yeah.
Artist who's got the spike,
Artist
but
is
there's no
inside.
easy route for him here. Maybe looking a little towards screens for a moment, but those smokes are dissipating. The options are getting more and more limited. He's got problems up top towards Heaven, through towards CT, and it's clean
Ooh.
cut from Heretics. I thought that was an overreaction there, Josh, but they had players in the right place.
That was looking a little
KOF.
interesting. I thought Navi wanted to kind of show that they had a lot of players there and then pump the brakes enough to make Team Heretics have a little
Is
bit of
that a
doubt
King
of,
of
like,
Fighter
what's actually
thing or
happening,
is that a
Which kind
Street
of
Fighter?
happened,
Thing?
right?
I don't know.
That was kind of there.
Get
It
the
looked
black
like a
Show
miniature, like a
you
little
get.
drizzle coming out.
No. No.
And well, basically that's what happened. But Team Heretics, they had more players. So like the first round that they were defending A site, it was only really like Minubu comes out of heaven, and then there's Rian's
Oh,
site.
bro.
That's basically it.
Not
But
the
now they have a
skin,
third
though.
player as well,
Like
and
that.
that was enough for them to stabilize there
Ooh,
with
Juju is dragon.
2
Oh, yeah.
deaths for the 3 kills. That's all you really need to do on defense. Just make sure that you have like 1 more kill than death.
Yeah, this one.
Those numbers.
That's what I mean by the crowd.
Now, early work from Navi. Look, I don't know if Voot caught a glimpse just as that smoke was dropping. Seeing him call in the cam does make it seem as though that's the case. So Navi now, do they get a challenge on this? I mean, Voot, how do you play this one?
Are they gonna tether and paint shells him?
It looks, yeah, it looks exactly like that was the plan.
Hey.
He does get away with his life and a lot of damage done in middle.
Oh.
Benji only rewarded with 1 kill. Artist got the trade there. That's an upgrade
Shower
available, but
is
still,
low.
you look at what Show's
Really low.
walking away with is 3 HP.
There.
But he is still alive. And you can see the stack from Heretics. There's 4 players on this side of the map. If they pivot through fence anywhere, I mean, Heretics, this is a real investment. Starting to doubt themselves. They're really starting to peel away Voot, but Sticking around was Mini Boot, Rienz. Oh, shot not on there. Angel outdoes him, and little by little, they're working this out. TP to back of the site. Boo. Now having to gamble, take a guess.
30 seconds
How
left.
do you want to play this? And Navi aren't sitting pretty. Their HP is low. Angel 45, Xiao 3, Sugetsu 51. Boo and Voot split between the maps here. Split between the sites even on this map here. Boo's gonna hear all this. Does he get the timing? Right, he does. 13 seconds. They have to commit, and Boo's still here. Paranoia, smoke, TP.
Oh,
it's
over.
Angel seemed
It's done.
none the wiser.
No.
The TP was taken, and Xiao is gonna have to be a hero. 3
But he's
HP and a
3
Guardian.
HP.
This is brutal for him, but at least he's got the time on his side, right? That is the only
Xiao
benefit
is
to this.
touched out.
Does Boo use his TP for
He's
info here?
touched. Does he have wings though? Does he have wings?
To smoke off Xiao.
Shadows traveling.
They know he is.
He's creeping a bit closer here. There's nothing good at Unfu with the right call in that regard. With Xiao being so low, his options are very, very limited. But again, that round felt wild to me. They stacked all their eggs in one basket, right, on towards B off that initial real contact here. 1-for-1 trade out pretty much. But the damage that was received towards Navi was monumental.
It was monumental.
Yeah, it was fine
I
until
don't understand though.
this.
It feels like Team
Ooh,
Heretics when I watch them play this. Feels like they don't know what they want to really control on their defense side. They're not even fighting for the sites. They're fighting for kind of like a lot through B heaven, a lot at middle, and they're not really like securing good positions so that they can have like a really nice retake. It looks like they are doing this trickle thing, and in order to do this type of style, they do need to have that freedom of rotating through the middle, getting from B heaven through the vents to A and vice versa. Because if you don't do it like that, and you want to be able to do this trickle style, or sorry, flood style, where you're just fighting all at once and coming out when the attackers are going in for the execution, if you miss that timing, then it all falls apart. And I do wonder if Team Heretics if this is a reason why we haven't really seen them strong on split all season, and not even just the season.
Comment me in RPG chat.
Going back to Madrid and even kickoff, they haven't looked strong, and I do wonder if this is the reason, and they're fighting for the wrong spots, and we need to see them start using different parts of the map more.
That could be an overall ethos change at that point, but 5-4.
I mean, it's really good for defense. You have 5 and you lost pistol.
Not bad.
Not bad.
They can make something work.
Now, as close as we are, who's going to tip the scales? Money's starting to run a little dry for the Navi side, but still able to get a purchase here. One away for the ult from Artist, that could be on the cards. As already trying to prioritize this B main control. To get to on the other side of the map. Still going to keep them somewhat respecting that, but Artist not going to get what he wants at the start here. Again, going back to this mid take, possibly. It feels like they're rinsing.
6 HP. There's 2 HP, please.
So Team Heretics, they've done their job. They've stalled out long enough. Now they can give up middle, and then they can take it like an extremity. They know B-main was exposed early in the round. They know they're losing mid now, so I think they're expecting it might be a B hit. Here comes the dog to reclear B-main. They're going to get this information on the breach. Now they know, like, hey, it's probably a B hit. They're not doing anything yet off of this. They're just standing around in the B site.
Which is a bit, maybe still second guessing themselves. This is where they are going. It feels like that when you go to invest the Seekers, they seem a little lost as well. But making their way through 2, going on towards middle.
B fake and go A with a nightfall, I think. Nope, he's coming back. Sugetsu's coming back. Sorry.
No, you're fine, yeah. I kind of thought it was as well. That would feel like a logical choice, but doubling down on this, I think the Nightfall will only catch 1. Not sure if it got the second there. No, it did. Okay, Miniboo got caught as well. There is a third unknown body, and Miniboo's in a lot of trouble. He needs help from Rienz desperately. Navi starting to flood on through. Zipan there, and Boo by his side, though, going to take away the tip of the spear. Turns around to look towards main. They know that's where Artist is coming from. And Angel outdoes Rienz. 10 seconds now to clear back of the site. Site should be least safe for the plot. Oh my god, safe for the plot.
Yeah,
alright. Sugetsu makes sure of that.
Fish.
As Benji Fishy just a little late, but this guy's pulled off 1v3s before. Don't know if it's even fair to ask it of him again, but he's going to give it a damn good go.
He's going to go for 1 kill first, then use the hat.
Oh, but the timing. Look at Artist repositioning. That's almost unfair. Tap on the spike to try and draw someone in. Clean. Perfect. Does he get another chance? Can he read the post plant? Not well enough. Artist, positioning. Not much more to be done for him there. Navi flooding through heaven worked out so well for them. I was kind of in agreement with you that I thought it was
People
going to
that
be a pivot
who
towards
the
A,
underdog.
through the vents, kind of playing off the back of that.
I don't know who the
That's
underdog
possible,
is, but
even now they were
got
still
once.
up to the challenge.
This
Even
Navi's
got a
not
little
talking
bit
that.
dangerous towards the side.
So there's two things happening, right?
Me, I'm
You have
different. I
Navi
like
with the
them
6-6
winners.
that we saw throughout Lotus
I'm a
as well,
bandwagon
that
rider.
they are kind of going for
I like
that
riding
spot,
them
and then
bandwagons, bro.
it feels like it's not
I like
just
riding
one
wagons,
piece of
bro.
voice. It's like multiple people
Carry
having
me.
different thoughts, and one person saying like,
So,
oh, we
teamers,
should do this,
let's
and
go.
someone else is like, no, 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 I did this, so like, we should go back, and then, you know, that causes it to be so disjointed.
It does feel a little jolted, but we are seeing the sheriffs
Now
coming out
this
to play. We've
map,
got
though.
two vandals into this,
Never
which is Boo
win
and
this, I
Migu.
guess.
That's about it. As quick mid-presence shown. No surprises in that, and it feels rinse and repeat. The difference is that Boo's actually gone walkabouts.
Oh,
I like this from Boo. I feel like it might be a little bit too late to do this in the game, but this is a great reaction to have. Unless you do that. I mean,
the theory
behind it, but like if you stand there with your gun out, you're chilling. I think he was like focusing.
hey, he got two. He got two. Told you.
Well,
That's like the IGL brain thing there, when you just drop what you're doing and your job to start focusing on other things around the map as they're just bleeding out here.
yeah, Navi will be grinning with this round. Probably the most comfortable round they've had in a while. And as much as it sounds silly, credit as well to Ardis to being on the point. We haven't seen that B main control at all, really. We haven't seen that like tested particularly yet. It's been something we've been wanting to see.
Right.
And even highlighting it happened that late, but still being cognizant of the fact, still being very much on the job. And the site should be theirs. Again, it's just fishy. This time not even going to get played in Navi. Making it up to 6 here with an Andalusia flawless.
No
So
fucking
everything
chance.
moving in the
No
right
chance
direction
at all.
towards the final round of the first half.
Rolling Thunder for Artists as well. The last time they had it, they did
Rolling Thunder.
B. They've been taking super fast mid control as well, so I could definitely see Navi doing something in the form of pace change. Let's go fast. We do our fast mid control. We have the breach ulti, and we pop that either to get all of B heaven or to get B site. And we're just gonna see this fast crunch towards B. I don't know if it's gonna happen at the start of the round or if it's something that they're gonna pop like around 1 minute or 50 seconds left.
We have a challenge on this. Wondering if maybe they were going to go for a fight on one of the edges of the map, but not to be, again, even with the 3-play stack on A. A little bit more of a challenge in middle, but no one really behind it. They've actually, if anything, sunk a lot deeper. They've done the switch up, though. They've put Benji Fishy to that B site, Neron solo, and the rest from Heretics kind of roaming around. Navi just going through their standard protocols, right?
I feel like if this is a breach ulti or rolling thunder to be heaven, these guys all get just demolished by it.
Yo, where are you gonna go now? There's only one A.
It is.
Yo, she'll go B. It's
Okay,
over.
trade in middle. This is how
Nah,
effective
maybe
is
not.
this? That's the question. At
Maybe
least
not.
one player affected, potentially two. The Paranoia on top, but Benji Fishy sitting deep towards CT. He's not
One.
involved yet, but he wants to keep some control.
three
Actually
before.
getting much closer here. Trying to slip back into this. This is audacious. Timing is everything in this one, and it's a very, very thin knife edge that he's walking on here. But it's Rien's actually with the bailout, but they know where Benji Fishy is. The utility connected. He's still good for it. Great trade from Artist, though.
Okay, so 1v1.
Brings it down to a fair
1v1.
1v1, and Boo just creeping close to the inevitable.
Hey, it's over. It's over.
6-6.
Well, there's something you don't see every day. I feel like planting at that box, and we saw this in the other round as well when Navi did it in the, 1 versus 2. Planting in that box it's something that you kind of like do as a last resort. So Artist was like, I want to plant kind of at an off angle and just chance that he doesn't walk out of me. But 6-6 is anyone's game. Team Heretics, look at 6 without pistol on their defensive split, looking pretty good.
You. Shoryuken. You got hit with them Shoryukens.
Wow. 6-6. I don't think you guys can see it yet. I wonder if we will get the glimpse in game, but it looks like
my
these two
screen
teams
like
couldn't
3
have been
freaking
separated
rounds.
at this point, and we get the minimal UI.
4
You're welcome.
freaking
Prius
rounds.
observing in
Fine,
Europe.
it's
That's
4.
crazy.
Be at 6-6 right now.
Poor old Prius. I never used to bully observers, but
5 rounds.
it's Prius.
Hey.
You gotta up the ante, but Angel, oh, you're playing a
Bro.
dangerous game. You gotta slip back a little deeper here. Oh, look, no harm, no foul. All good. All good. Didn't see a single thing wrong. Angel. You can't sit halfway between this. Fortunately for him, the dog doesn't actually clear close. Now it's going to find him, and now he's very dead. He's exceptionally dead. He's been put in his grave, buried, little flower on top, all sorts. Zipan, Artist, and Sugetsu not quite nearby, and I'm keeping my eyes on Benji Fishy when he decides to start building up on this flank. Until then, it's on the 4 on the site, right? Already, there's the first bit of contact towards heaven. You can see who's turning. It's Sugetsu, right? Sugetsu wants to be the one to keep that in check. Doesn't find what he wants, and they're waiting. Still, Boo down below. It's such a late bit of timing from benjyfishy. Unfortunately for benjyfishy, his team have done very well. No threats really on the side. They kept very composed, but Angel just kind of in no man's land there.
Surprising positioning, maybe not. I don't know what... I mean, it's like both teams here on their defense. It's the same thing. Being caught out of position, being in places where, like, what is your actual... You're not stopping them if they're coming here, but you're also not spotting them just for info to see, like, oh, wait, they're walking to B main. I'm going to back out. I'm going to call for my teammates to start shifting over. Yeah. You're kind of like, as you said, no man's land. Be somewhere kind of with purpose. It doesn't matter what you're doing. Just have purpose behind it. Don't just kind of walk about lackadaisically.
I think just because I don't want to split with you.
For Navi's sake, you hope that gets a little bit of an adjustment to this one. Shao this time, opting to shoulder the angle. And he is a little ahead of the ball. Dog's there. This time I'm going to try and back away. Smoke it, and he doesn't get caught off.
Gap in the wall.
Come up with a flight line.
Well, usually,
in the chat, rate a flight line using Valorant.
Position yourself. Oh, that's a big kill from Benji.
Oh dear.
I'll go around saying that to everyone.
That wasn't meant to have such success. On the other side of that, they're trying to reinforce this B-side, get bodies down here. And Angel's maybe question marking this. Okay, they're going to try and rotate. Where do they go? Through middle? They're going to try and take sewers? Or they go through T-spawn? Okay, I'm going to try and find out. With 65 HP, he's only got a sheriff to do it. So now they start question marking what they want to do. They've got 45 seconds. They've got a good amount of control. But how has Artist just walked down here? He's just navigated past benjyfishy, but there is still the issue. He only has a classic. If it was something else, then hey, maybe. But him clearing the space kind of makes them want to still believe in this B hit, right? They're still going, well, they're not here, right? They're not on site. benjyfishy, God know where he's gone. No one else is around.
Navi's thinking benjyfishy's gone all the way to backstab B, but the rotation all the way back to A.
All right, Artist, a classic and a dream. I remember the days you could walk on water.
Hey!
Oh, those days, there was an echo of them.
Don't bite it.
Sheriff's left, really in the hands of Angel and Chow. And we've got to get to work here. Bulldogs, rifles, these are valuable items, so if any of them get cost, you know, that could be a little bit of a downside, but as it stands, it's looking like 8 is pretty much set. Unlikely
this was basically any problem, so yeah.
benjyfishy, got to be a little cautious.
Oh, we got 2.
But again, you don't want to be cost
Shout out
anymore.
my brother Benji. Shout out my brother Benji.
And they aren't. So heretics keeping everything moving in the right direction.
2 over for most.
That pick was pretty much the opportunity they were waiting for there. They could have gone for that B take, right? They could have gone for what they were initially eyeing up, but there were 3 players by that point.
It was a good audible from them. And if this is the adjustment that we're going to see Team Heretics making here, where they're kind of doing a slow spread default. They know that as soon as they get a pick, or as soon as they show numbers in an area, instantly we're going to see people moving around, pushing. We saw it from Artist, we saw it from, I think it was Sugetsu. Team Heretics is waiting for this. This is a great adjustment for them to make. Whoa. Instant push here.
Okay, where's the next layers to this? Where's okay, that
it was just like puffing them chest out to make them a little bit scared.
Like just peacocking and then having nothing behind it. A little bit of a shame because you felt like the Heretics were caught off by that. That could have been lovely, but no intent behind it. Just presence shown down towards B main. You can see the adjustment coming through.
You got one. You got.
Okay, does get out of there. No trade. You can see already. Trying to backfill that space, I think.
Go back
for
Sky.
Already looking to try and retake that B main control. So
Sky Mama, Sky Mommy, Sky Mommy, Sky Mommy.
You're going to be on red alert. You know they're not going to be
main. Sky Mommy this.
But still so split for Navi. Angel has great positioning. They have a good read that it's going to be A. It's all about Zepan. Can you move to a better position for your team? Shao's going to enter the back of the site as well. They're way too split. Everyone's 1-1-1-1.
This is very, very difficult for them. You're going to need an individual bailout, potentially, which these guys are capable of, but not something you're really banking on here. Zepan going to be good for the pick towards benjyfishy and the follow-up. You talk about individual brilliance, he's got some, and then and already Miniboo does try and start clearing through by screens, but there's still the 2 players on the side. You've got 25 seconds. Spike is not to hand, and Boo's walking in with just a sheriff here. Miniboo left with it all to do, 19 seconds, and it's comfortable in the end. Navi, yeah, there was a second of danger. But a bailout from Zipan does wonders for them.
Those 2 picks at Heaven were crucial to convert that round, and I wonder if Team Heretics was a little bit sloppy on. Oh, man.
It was just
okay,
a
it was there. It was
spray
just a
through
spray.
there. Yep. Wow.
I mean, was it a little bit too early to go? Like the smoke wasn't there yet. He had a sight line for that spam line.
And it's giving them a chance, right? That's a gateway back into this game. Navi was starting to look a little, not stalled out, but it started to get scary because Heretics were in a good spot to build that momentum up. Can somewhat humble them, keep that economy from swelling out of control. No ults to bank on. I mean, Rienz is 1 off from his, 2 for Xiao. Zipan only 1 away. That could be huge. He's able to get that going early, and it looks like there'll be that battle between Benji and Zipan. They continued on that path. However, they just paused for a second. Actually, all attention towards middle.
I like this from Navi.
Yeah.